going on, air signs? This is your girl Venus Archangel here with another love reading for y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in for your weekend reading. It's from the 6th to the 7th of October, Saturday and Sunday. So let's see what's going on within your love lives for the next couple days. Also, guys, please remember that these readings may not resonate with everybody, and that's totally fine. And if you're sure of your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars placements, go ahead and check the description box below, as I have a link for you there to check that out. So let's go ahead and see what's going on. Alright, guys. Whew, air signs. Okay, so the Five of Cups is your underlying energy. Underneath that is the Knight of Wands. Okay. We're going to go through all these cards. I know I didn't say them, but I will definitely go through them one by one. Now, the Five of Cups here in the underlying energy, it does indicate that there is this emphasis on what's wrong, what's missing, what's not, never worked out, what's gone, you know. I think I said what's gone like twice. But the situation is this, is that there's a lot of stuff that goes through our life, comes and goes, and it's about figuring out and giving honor to those things that we lost and those emotions that we felt for the things that were lost, to be able to aspire for greatness. And I feel like what this card is saying here is that even though this person spilled all kinds of alcohol, like this drink, this wine, whatever, right? He doesn't realize that there's 2 cups left, right? I think the person doesn't realize that even though the bottle is gone, doesn't mean that there isn't other sources to get what he wants, especially when it comes to love. Now, I'm not saying to go out of your way and cheat, because that's not what I'm not trying to condone unfaithfulness, of course, right? But hey, if you're not getting it one direction, then it's gone, and there's nothing that you can do to bring it back. Then you have to find other avenues in which to get the things that you want. Now, I do get this feeling that for some of you guys, this has to do with what's been gone, what's been missing in your life, period. Not necessarily what's missing in a relationship. I feel like there's a lot of disappointment that you guys have faced in your love careers and your love lives. And I feel like it's like there's a connection that's still there, despite everything else around it being destroyed. I feel like this is the connection that still remains. You know what I mean? Like there's just something here that's still trying to show you and say, hey, look, we're still here. We're still like trying to, make something happen. I feel like it's almost like you don't notice this relationship because of because of the disappointment of that relationship. It can be very disappointing. But the situation is that I feel like at the same time, there's some sort of resistance to it. Now, the Knight of Wands is perhaps it's an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It may not be resistance, but it's just like there's just a lot of like focusing on what's not there. And the Knight of Wands could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It could also indicate by going with it could also talk about going with the flow, going with how you feel, just doing what you want to do in the moment, because that's what the Knight of Wands does. He just does what he wants in the moment. He doesn't think about the long term. He just thinks about how he feels in that time. What does he like to do? What is he enjoying? What is he getting out of it? And I think that's the whole thing. I think that was cool for a minute, and now you're like, I don't think I'm getting anything out of anything. It's just like everything just seems to be missing something. But I'm like, there's something here. Now, the heart of your reading of the challenge is the Temperance card, which talks about balance, harmony, moderation in all things. And I really feel like for right now, I think the challenge is to possibly have harmony, is patience at this moment. And I feel like for some of you guys, you may be having you may be struggling with patience. You may be feeling very independent and not really, having an issue with this Temperance energy. But the thing that's crossing you, this obstacle here that's kind of making the challenge a bit more challenging, is the Page of Pentacles. There's a lot of looking at the details. There's a lot of, you know, scrupulous or meticulous looking at something, right? There's a lot of emphasis on some things. And I feel like with the Page of Pentacles crossing Temperance, which Temperance is representative of, well, Sagittarius is a representative of the Temperance, but of course, remember, it loans the energies. It doesn't belong to the card. Like, it's about the bigger picture with the Temperance card, right? With Sagittarius anyway. And to look at the details, it's like, ooh, wait. Now, for some of you guys, this also indicates that there's a lot of waiting. There's a lot of challenges and stuff. And I feel like, not a lot of challenges, but there's a lot of, like, balancing yourself and keeping things up, and running properly, healthily, you know, just doing your thing. And divine timing has brought you this Page of Pentacles, perhaps. Or maybe you're having to wait on some sort of offer. Some sort of offer that's great in value. But I don't know. I feel like I think there's an anticipation for it, more so than anything. Now, in the past, you have the Page of Wands, which is another card for a message. This is a news, though. This is news here. And I feel like there's somebody either may have communicated with you. Maybe it was something lighthearted, something not so serious, maybe something fun, a little adventure. And, or this could have been like you starting a new adventure. Starting something small, though. Nothing huge, nothing major. But just like having a little small excursion for some of you guys out there. But now the present, you have the King of Pentacles. Now, somebody's showing that they have a great deal with investing. A great deal of investing time within you. Now, I feel like that's why the Page of Pentacles is here. I feel like maybe there's somebody here with the intent to manifest, or the intent to invest time, and perhaps even extend a particular proposal, but I don't know if they have it. I don't think they have. For some reason, I feel like this person themselves are showing to be very reliable, showing to be very stable, probably has something to offer you, but they haven't offered it to you yet. That's what I'm getting a sense of, right? I think you see somebody, but they haven't necessarily given you that message. They haven't given you that information, the inclination of what they're doing. There's a lot of actual close looking, and I feel like somebody may be looking very closely as you're doing your best, being yourself, pretty much. And I feel like this person's in your life at the moment, right? Just showing that they're reliable, showing that they're stable, showing that they have their life under control. Very grounded individual. Could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but this is someone that also just is pretty darn, structured and has their, is just very reliable, and they haven't exactly extended some sort of offer. And I feel like some of you guys may be anticipating it. Some of you guys may be just doing your own thing and may not realize that there's somebody that's actually looking to offer you something, but they haven't yet, because you've been focusing so much on what you've been doing. Right? I think you may have seen this person as fun, but then they're slowly starting to be like serious. Now, their future shows this Six of Cups, which also is very interesting. It's almost like you look a little bit closer at the past. You kind of, it's not necessarily rose-tinted glasses here, because you're looking very, it could be very detail-oriented. But the situation regarding the Six of Cups within your future, it's almost like your future is talking about looking back at the past. It talks about necessarily looking back at the past, about the feelings of the past, maybe excitement, maybe something new. Perhaps this person eventually does offer you something, or there's something going on regarding, some sort of feeling that returns to you. That's, there's some sort of feeling that returns to you. This could be somebody that's an ex, right? But your goal and ambition is the Eight of Pentacles, which is very interesting. You want to focus on stuff. Just, your focus is to put your time and energy into one thing at a time. You know what I mean? You're just kind of being in the moment, just like the Knight of Wands was showing, being in the moment. And your advice is saying, yeah, just be in the moment right now, because if somebody hasn't offered you anything yet, then perhaps they will. But then, perhaps they have, right? For some of you guys, this person may have already extended an offer. But that's the thing. You don't see that as something of value. You see this as something that was nice and sweet and kind and Maybe it was. It's not. It's not like it's not kind. It's offer, but it's more of like lighthearted, not so serious, just kind of having a good time. But this was actually something. That was something serious, and I think this is what makes you return back to those feelings, because you think, okay, this is cool and all, but then you realize this person's very serious. You're like, oh snap. So I think this is the thing. I think there's a lot of looking at what's not there, looking at your focus is on this Page of Wands, which actually is the Page of Pentacles. It's something fun and something sweet, something nice. With yeah, no, it's not. It's really not. You guys are being tricked in a way. But not in a bad way. You're not being tricked. Like, this person's trying to be manipulative. This is not that. It's not that at all. But it is saying that this person's intention is to be more serious. But how it came off, how you took it, was something lighthearted and fun, because you were not focusing and not really seeing the offer behind the offer. Again, this person's not being manipulative. They just seeing their offer of fun as something great and valuable, and you didn't. Not a bad thing, and it's not a blame. It's just like, I think that's why you have the Six of Cups coming back, because you realize, like, oh snap, this was okay, like that kind of like. So yeah, y'all, this has been your reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. My sale in the description box is my sale is in the description box, or you can click the eye in the corner to go ahead and go to my website and check out the readings there. But as always, I will see you guys tomorrow. Love you to death. Bye.